Hey, welcome back once again, and here in this video we are going to learn about the strings array. So first we need to understand the string, then we have to understand the array, then we have to understand the syntax used for declaring the string arrays. So here we talk about the string. So we can say that the string is a collection of character. When there is just more than one character, that is called as a string. If we talk about here, if we talk about this THE, if we talk about this word THE, there exist three characters. So this forms a string. Whereas A here is a character, here is a string. So same way we can say that the string is a collection of characters, and if we talk about an array of string, so that is what called as the arrays of character. And one more thing about the string is that each string is terminated with a null character. Now if we talk about this whole make a sentence, and this sentence is made up of words, okay, like each string is terminated with a null character. So number of words exist over there, and each word is separated by a space between them, and that space is here in the programming is recognized as null character. So here if we talk about here, if we see here each, so after each there is a space and then start of the another string, that is string. So this is separated, or here we can say that if this string is terminated using the null character. An array of a string is one of the most common application of two-dimensional array. So here we go with the syntax of the string, how to make a string array. So for that we have to declare the data type, then we have to give the name of the array, then we have to specify the size of the array. So here is an example. Most of the time if we talk about the string, the data type is always char, okay, and here we have to give the array name, then we have to specify the size of the array. So for better understanding of our string and how to use and declare them, for this we have to jump into our IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. So now we are into our Integrated Development Environment, and here in this video we are going to learning about how to declare the string arrays or character arrays, and how to initialize the string arrays or character arrays, and how to input or display the contents of the array. So here we go, first declaration of the array. So for that I am writing here in say char, and to that I am declaring the variable or the array with the name as name, and to that I am putting the size equal to say 10. Then to initialize that array I have to use assignment operator, and there are the two way of initializing a character array or string array. The first one is that we have to put the assignment operator, then we have to use the double quotes, and within the double quotes we have to assign the array. So here I am writing array, and to that I am assigning a value, say Amit, and put the semicolon here. And another way of declaring the array is, for that we have to declare the data type as a char, to that to give the array name say as name1, and again I am assigning the size as equal to 10, and here this time I have to use assignment operator, then use curly bracket, and here I have to assign the array as a single character. So for that here I have to assign first character say Amit, then comma, second character say M, then third characters putting the comma, then in the single quote say I, then fourth character, that is in the single quote say T, and then comma, and in the last you have to assign the null operator. Null operator is \0. So this is to tell the compiler that string has terminated at this point. So what it will do, it will assign the value AMIT to this array, and null will be assigned, and that is to indicate that the string is terminated here. So in order to display this, we have to use printf function, and within the printf function we have to use this format in which we wanted to display the value. So for the string you have to use the %s format. And then here we have to give the name of the variable and put the semicolon at the end. Again use printf function to display the value of another array, and again put the %s here again, and put a comma and give the name of the variable. This time it's name1. Save your changes. Now go to execute menu, choose compile and run, and here we see the output. So it's displaying the first printf, then the second. So I just want to make some small changes to the program. I want the line to be displayed in new line. So for that I'm using escape sequence \n. Then go to execute menu, choose compile and run, and here we see the difference. So what we have done, we have declared the two arrays, and to that I have initialized one value, that is Amit, using the double quotes, and there is another way of initializing the array. So we can initialize the array either this way or either this way, and after that we have display the values of these string arrays. Now here in this next program, what I am going to do, I am going to read the value through keyboard into the array. So for that I have to use the scanf function. So what I am going to do, here I am going to delete all these lines from here to here and put the semicolon here. Now this time I have declared the array with the name of name, and to that I have given the size 10. Now I want the user to enter the name message. So for that I am using printf function, and within double quotes I am writing enter your name \t escape sequence I am using here, and at the end put the semicolon. Now here I am going to use scanf function. Now first we have to specify the format in which we want to read. So it's %s as to string. Then here we have to use the address operator, and then we have to give the name of the variable in which we want to read. Then put the semicolon here. Now after that display the value of this. For that we have to use printf function, and here again the format is %s comma, and here we have to give the name of the variable whose value we wanted to display. So here, or we have small changes, your name is, or we can say that your name is, and then here we go with the message. So save your changes, go to execute menu, choose compile and run this time, and he's asking me to enter your name. So I'm entering here name as a Amit, then enter. It's showing me your name is Amit. So let's check out another value to enter over there. So for this, again go to the execute, choose run this time, and this time I'm entering value Amit, then sync. So it's again not reading sync. Here it's showing me your name is Amit. So it may be the problem of the size, or maybe other. So what I will do, I will increase the size of the array, say 20. Save your changes, again go to execute menu, choose compile and run this time again, and again enter the value, say Amit space SING. Now again it is reading only Amit, not Singh. It is just because of the reason, as soon as we use space between them, it will consider it to be as null character. Fine. So it's considered it to be as null character. So when it will read null character, it will read up to only the Amit, and after that it will consider that there is a null character and a string is terminated over there. So what it will be, if we want to read in both cases, that is if we want to read the space also between two strings, here we have to see that one string is Amit and another string is Singh. So what we need to do, we have to do some changes in the scanf function. So for that I'm closing terminal window and here I'm writing code for that. Here we have to use the %s as the format, then put your big bracket, and here you have to write exponent and then \n. So what it will do, it will tell the compiler to read up to till the new line is not fed. So as in case of computer input, the new line feed is done after pressing the enter key. So it will read to the variable through the keyboard up to the enter key is not pressed. So just try to understand over here and save your changes. Go to execute menu, choose compile and run this time, and here this time I'm entering the value Amit Singh, and it's showing me again only Amit. So here we have to see the changes, and so here we have we have to make small changes over here. We don't have to use s with this, we have to use %, and after that we have to put this symbol. So it indicates that this has to be read up until we don't press the enter key. Okay, so again save your changes, go to execute menu, choose compile and run, and here we enter the value Amit Singh, and here you see the result. Okay, so this will read into string until the enter key is not pressed. So this is the way of reading the string through keyword using the scanf function. So you might face some time problem using this format of reading scanf when we read some integer value previous to this array. So what that means, let's check it out. We declare one more variable here, say int age, and here I am displaying a message for user to enter his age, printf, and here is message enter your age. Then put the semicolon at the end, and here we use scanf function to read into age. So for that I am using %d format, then comma, then we have to use the address operator, then we have to give the name of the variable, and this is time age, and here to read the name, and here is the message, your name is this, and your age is, here we use %d format, and first we wanted to display the value of name, then we have to display the value of age. So save your changes again, go to execute menu, choose compile and run. So he's asking me to enter your age, so I'm entering the age here, say 36, and here it is showing me message enter your name, and it's not giving me prompt to enter the name. and it's going to skip from there, and it's showing me the message your name is and blank and your age is 36. Okay, this is just because of the reason as we have entered the value into the integer variable, and after that we have pressed the enter. So to this enter, it's considering to be as a new line feed, and that just because of the reason it has not prompted me to enter your name. So in order to overcome such a situation, what we have to do, I'm going to declare one more variable here of type char, and to this variable I am giving a namesake t, and here I am writing one more line before reading to the array name. Here I am writing one more line, that is scanf, and here I am writing the format as a %c, and to this variable as t. So what it will do, it will clear the buffer, and whatever the enter key we will press, that will be read into this variable, that is key. So save your changes, go to execute menu and choose compile and run. This time I'm entering the case, say 35. So it's again prompting me to enter your name. So I'm entering the name here as say Amit, then Singh. So it's showing me the message your name is Amit Singh and your age is 35. So this is all about string arrays in C. What we have done, we have declared the string arrays in the C, then we have the initialize the string array in two different methods, and after that we have read the characters or string into the variable using the scanf function. Then also we have rectified how to read into string array if we enter the value to the age variable, or we can say that the integer value before that. So that's all for now. See you soon in the next video.